This is one hell of a performance by some amazing superstars, Cole. He slipped out of that one.
Victory means absolutely everything to these competitors tonight.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Look at this. Could it be?
And that's a You know, I know that I say this a lot, Cole, but this is not ballet. You step between those ropes, you better be prepared to take some punishment.
And to dish some out as well. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar win a match by being a tackling dummy.
RVD wanted a match, and I gave it to him.
Man, look at these superstars. You can't ask for a better example of what makes SmackDown so great.
You sure can. SmackDown's got the greatest superstars and the greatest matches for the greatest fans in all of sports entertainment.
These superstars are putting on a clinic in there.
Yeah, and not a health clinic. I don't think they'll be the same after this one.
I'll tell you, Cole, this is what the WWE is all about.
You're absolutely right, Taz. The greatest athletes in the world competing on the grandest stage of them all.
Hey fans, Spencer 7x7 here with yet another episode of WWE Smackdown vs Raw 2006. This match I'll face this guy, I Remy Mabet that same from Idquen. And I forgot to put the diva button that time, but no matter because managers do nothing anyways. I think this was the guy from the Smackdown portion that wanted the title match from Triple H. Can't say for sure until I take a look at him. I don't remember what I was doing that time, but it was pretty important for me to leave this thing recording. Any minute now it will start.
So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea.
This is the guy I was talking
here
about.
In the WWE,
Time to kick his ass.
This is not
Sorry
be
for you, but I am gonna win that heavyweight title.
It sure isn't, JR. I've been on the wrong end of that one many times.
And here's the pin.
Too early to pin him. I wanted to get his head, but sometimes I just pin him.
I feel like the luckiest guy in the world, JR. I can't believe I actually get paid to do this job.
Well, don't let
And
Eric
I don't know
Bischoff
that
hear you
move's
say
name,
that.
but it
Looks
was
like he's
awesome and
trying
it
for
did
a
its
pin
work.
Here. So, King, any predictions about the outcome of this match?
Oh, no. Every time I make a guess as to who's going to win, I never hear the end of it from you.
Maybe that wouldn't happen if you got one right every
Crap,
now and then.
I must be losing my touch to get thrown out of the ring like that.
Dude! I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
Almost time for me to go back to school. By the time this is uploaded, I should doing schoolwork and such and be almost done with my final epic LP. This is my final full semester in college, so I need to focus on it as much as possible. But that does not mean that I will stop this channel or stop doing Let's Plays. Although there is low chance of doing the latter. Anyways, in a few days the trailer for the final epic LP should be uploaded so y'all can see. It's a game I have been waiting to do for a long time but was not able to because of issues. This time, however, I am cooking this LP right.
They may well annihilate each other here tonight. A lot of blood, sweat,
and that is another slap happy right there.
Shed in that
been a while since I did that.
And I think there's going to be a lot more shed here tonight.
No doubt about that, King. These superstars are going to leave it all in the ring. You can count on that. He went straight for the pin. No flies on him.
His opponent telegraphed that one.
Again out of the ring. This sucks.
He doesn't seem to be too concerned about his opponent,
fast, so that won't happen again.
He should be. This one's not over yet, and you never know what might happen.
There's the reversal.
Next time, Chris, you better plan your moves so you do not hit yourself.
These superstars are in terrific shape, and that comes as no surprise whatsoever.
No kidding. If you don't have that conditioning, you're not going to last long in a match.
This right?
You sure aren't. And that's only one of the many reasons I try to stay out of the ring.
There's the pin.
I'm sure these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
This match would be over by now if they hadn't,
hit me not 3 but 4 times.
You never get into the ring without doing your homework.
I gotta end this quick.
That would be a recipe for disaster for sure, King.
And I'm out again? Unbelievable. I am losing my touch by a lot.
Oh boy, you might want to close your eyes, JR. This one could get ugly.
You're damn right it could. It could get bowling shoe ugly. And that's what this business is all about. It's not ballet, you know.
He's really cranking up the pressure on that hole, JR.
He sure is. There's no doubt he's looking for the submission right here.
Like I said many times, I am the best at button mashing. And a keyboard beats the controller on that every day.
Match unscathed.
No doubt about it.
We could have a pinfall here, JR.
I don't know how much more punishment a human body can withstand.
Or that part of it, anyway.
Not what I wanted to do, but it worked.
Jericho's, yes! That was an incredible move! What strategy?
Strategy, my Oklahoma ass.
Well, even with the setbacks, it looks like I am gonna win this match.
I'll tell you what, King, the WWE superstars are about the greatest athletes you'll find in any sport, period.
What do you mean, just about, JR? Can you actually think of anywhere else that you can see athletes? Oh boy, here he goes! I don't know if his opponent has what it takes to kick out. 2, 3. Wow, what a match, JR!
Another easy win for Spencer 7x7 aka WG aka the future World Heavyweight Champion. What the hell? Not fair, we are not in a match.
I'm not surprised that Triple H and Flair couldn't keep their noses out of this. Of course, with noses like theirs, it's tough for them to keep them out of just about everything.
Come on, Jericho! Get in there!
Triple H! Nature Boy! Look out!
They can't hear you. Never mind.
No!
Seriously, that's not cool.
Hey! The deal was that I'd stay out of the way after the match. I didn't say that you two jackasses should throw me out of the damn ring.
Deal? What's Jericho talking about?
Oh, what's the matter, Jericho? Did you get hurt taking a little tumble out of the ring? Were we too rough for you? Well, let me tell you something. You're gonna get it a lot worse than that when I give you the first World Heavyweight title opportunity after WrestleMania. So let me ask you, was it worth a little beating? Or do you wanna head home and cry yourself to sleep?
Oh, it's absolutely worth it, Triple H. And don't misunderstand me. I can take whatever you dish out. But if you try and double-cross Y2J, you're never gonna make it to WrestleMania, Junior.
I can't believe that Chris Jericho would sell his soul to that devil, Triple H.
At least he got a good price for it, JR. As long as Triple H retains the title at WrestleMania, Jericho's the next #1 contender.
Well, I won again regardless of what Triple H did. Now I have to do another match against this guy. But this time is tables, ladders, chairs. Should be an interesting match. This series is really getting to the end of this mode. That means the weirdest matches are CMOing and even more guys from the past. One of the things I do not like is the lack of variety in the characters in story mode. Most of the matches are with the same people and sometimes I have to do the same match twice. Well, at least this is a new match type and I got some experience fixing this guy now so I can not make the same mistakes.
Boy, these superstars sure have their hands full here tonight, JR.
They sure do, King. They've got all they can say grace, so...
That was me trying out turbo mode. Sometimes it works depending on how many stuff it's at once. On the menus is super duper fast.
I think I know who's gonna win this one, JR.
Oh, really? Enlighten us, King.
Wait a second. Why are you so eager to hear my prediction?
And I can't do a submission to win
because
here,
I want to know
but on the bright side I can get out of the ring.
And 9 times out of 10, it's not the superstar you pick.
Since I can't get those ladders and chairs and tables, I have to stop the other guy from doing it.
This one's going to be hell on the anatomy for sure.
What the hell? A minute later the old guy jumps in? This is not gonna be pretty.
These superstars are putting everything on the line here in this match.
They sure are, and they're doing it all for the WWE
Crap,
fans.
he has a table in the ring.
Without them, there'd be no WWE. The referee is down, and now there's no one to maintain order in this match.
Where do they find these referees, JR? They seem to be awfully fragile.
Well, tough referees are not cheap, and WWE is cheap
ladder.
as hell sometimes. No offense, real WWE fans. But still, not much is gonna happen without the referee gone for a moment.
These superstars backstage
and
before
anyways,
the match, and
how did he get so much special is a little time.
Get it on.
Those ladders must have some effect.
Loud and clear here
but I
tonight
can't
in this
get
match.
them QQ.
They're not taking it easy on each other either.
It's been said a million times, but I'll say it again. This isn't ballet. Ruthless aggression is the name of the game.
Crap, I got caught in the trick. I guess I learned nothing.
Boy, when you look at these superstars, it really drives home the fact that Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, JR. There's not a superstar on the SmackDown roster who could hold a candle to Raw's finest.
I wouldn't go that far, King. There are quite a few SmackDown superstars who I'd love to have on Raw.
Oh, come on, JR. Why would you want to lower the tone of the Raw locker room by bringing in some losers from SmackDown?
King, next time you call Undertaker, Kurt Angle and John Cena losers. Make sure you give me some warnings so I can get out of the way before you do it. I don't want to be a part of any of your trouble.
I remember all of those guys. I fought them in the Smackdown portion of this LP. Whether they are losers or not is debatable.
Jericho's so in love with the sound of his own voice.
He's not going to get caught with that one.
You think these fans have gotten their money's worth tonight, JR?
If they haven't yet, I'm sure they're going to by the end of this match.
Well, I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. All's fair in love and war, JR. And I love it when this guy goes to war.
Whoever said that cheaters never prosper certainly never saw this man in action.
He countered that one perfectly.
Fake physics right there. Chris and I just slide off the table like butter on a non-stick pan.
No doubt about that, King. The fans are getting their money's worth here tonight.
Yes, that was an incredible move. What strategy?
Strategy my Oklahoma ass. That's cheating, plain and simple.
Oh no, this is terrible. You can't let your opponent build this kind of momentum.
Well, all I can say is someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers.
I know you're not a fan of everybody in this match, JR, but you
fighting these two is taking away a hell load of stamina from me.
Oh, absolutely, King. I don't have to like everyone on the roster to acknowledge that they've all worked long and hard to master their craft. The opponent has focused on that area all match.
Yeah, and now it's paying off.
At least now he's red and I'm green in stamina and almost ready to rumble.
I feel so lucky that I'm actually getting to see these superstars wrestle each other.
While you watch the match, let me tell you guys a little story. One time I dreamt about getting a strike in a YouTube video with Y and I was kind of worried. But then later I saw that I did not get a strike. But the weird thing about this also is that today I checked my videos and I got another content ID claim on a video I uploaded more than a year ago. I have never got one that late before, so it was very weird.
Every time he goes out there, he reminds me of why he's the first ever undisputed champion.
Well, that's one way to use the ladder, JR.
I can't remove that video because it has a whole lot of views and I like the music.
You gotta stop this guy before
the video was the trailer for the Cannon Shooter LP if y'all want to take a look. The music I got from a fan-made Dragon Ball AF video, but it was really by some guy. Actually, I was glad that it got acclaim so I could finally see what the song was after all this time. And that's one of the reasons I use Japanese songs in my LPS. I don't use the whole song so prevent it from being striked. However, since a lot of videos have that music, I should be safe for a long while. And by the magic of production, I'm doing this episode in 2 different days.
Half as good as this?
Wow. What a reversal!
We could have a pinfall here, JR! This is going to be on.
It's time to light up some fireworks.
I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
You gotta admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
He was like 1 millimeter away from me.
But I just hope
this game physics fails again.
Can settle their differences in the ring and leave it at that.
Missed me that time. Better luck next time.
Here's the pin! Could this be it?
1, 2.
wasn't even close to 3.
And that's what happens when you try to tip the Q-Ring champion.
When he does this, JR, but I think it's great.
He's sure not going to win over any fans with that move, but I don't think that bothers him too much, quite frankly.
Hey, chairman. Get real.
My God! Can you imagine the impact of that spear on a human body? What an incredible performance by these phenomenal superstars.
Did you expect anything less, JR? I mean, look who's in the ring right now.
No, I didn't, King. I had high expectations, and I'm happy to say that this match has exceeded them all. This match is going to continue until someone's completely debilitated. And considering the resiliency of these superstars, that's not going to be easy.
That's for sure. No one in this match is going down without a fight.
And I wouldn't expect any less from them, King. Like them or not,
I thought the computer was supposed to be good at aiming. I was wrong, but then again it is easy.
Superstar. And here's the pin.
1, 2.
There's the kick out. No surprise there.
I could have won. I have to use my special now.
I don't think... What a finishing move. I get chills every time I see it.
Okay, time to finish this rumble.
He's a 3 count away from a pinfall.
1, 2, 3.
And there it is. That's the match.
And he came late. That guy was like nothing to me.
See the coach.
Ow, my balls.
Stop right there. What do you think you're doing, Jericho? First you orchestrate an attack on my #1 contender after your match last week. And then you double team him here tonight? And for what? A title match against Triple H after WrestleMania? In case you've forgotten, the coach is the general manager of Raw.
Interim general manager.
You beat me to it, JR.
And that means the coach calls the shots around here. So Jericho, Flair, get the hell out of my ring before I lose my temper. And believe me, you don't want to be in the ring with the coach when I lose my temper.
Why is he talking in third person and first at the same time?
I can say I'm sorry to see it, but I am sorry to say that it looks like Triple H's henchmen are still running the show here on Raw.
What did Coach expect? Talking to 2 former world champions like that. If you want to order Raw superstars around like that, you'd better be able to back it up. Say, that gives me an idea.
What are you talking about, King?
I'll tell you later, JR. But first, I've got to give Mr. McMahon a call.
Well, on that note, it's time to say goodbye. Until next this SI Spencer 7x7 here partying it up until school comes. Well, school is really here but not yet for me.